Ethical dilemma, would you lie? Sarah Stroud, little TED talk motive. This is a bit of a weird video to react to, but I thought hypotheticals are good. Would you rather never goon again or never have food that like tastes like good? It doesn't taste horrible, but all food just tastes mid for the rest of your life, okay? But you can goon as much as you want or never goon again. It also feels really weird because I can hear like a child screaming down the road. I shouldn't have brought that up. That just makes me seem weird. But there's like a kid screaming down the road. Yeah, I feel like he doesn't want to go in the car or something. And I'm having this conversation. I'm pretty sure my mum's next door as well. So I'm going to keep this short and sweet, shall we? Ethical dilemma, would you like? Depends on what the dilemma is.
Your plan to set up your friend Carrie with your acquaintance Emerson is finally coming together.
Okay, so we've got a little, what's his name? Diplo. Who's the guy that shoots the arrow? Cupid, not Diplo. Who the fuck is Diplo? Oh, it's the DJ guy. Yeah, not who I meant. I meant Cupid.
Both individuals have heard all about each other, and they're eager to meet for dinner. You've just made them a reservation for Friday night, and you're about to text...
Okay, that's a lot of effort going to get setting these two up, but hey, great friends.
Carrie the details when an unsettling thought crosses your mind.
Oh no.
Carrie is always late. And not just by 5 minutes. We're talking 20 or even 30 minutes late.
Okay, so firstly, you warn the other guy. If you're micromanaging these two, you say she's always late to this stuff. So tell her 5 o'clock and just be prepared for her to get there at 5:30, all right? Go buy yourself a hot dog, sit there, chill on the bench, sit in the car, whatever. That's pretty easily solved, right?
Carrie seems to view punctuality as an oppressive relic of an earlier era. But what if you told them dinner was at 6 instead of 6:30? That way they would almost certainly arrive on time. You really want this relationship to work, so should you lie? Take a moment to think.
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't say like, oh, just say this time. I would warn the guy that, oh, she's bad with time, or whoever's bad with time in this situation. Can this baby stop screaming? I know like babies have got to grow up. I know I screamed at a certain point in my life, but at a certain point you just got to pack it in. Jesus Christ. Warn the guy, and then also the whole thing of like, oh, dinner reservations, like the guy's already sat at the table and the girls came in, she's came in to meet you. I've always found that weird. Meet outside, meet before you go into the restaurant, and go into the restaurant together. It feels way less intimidating. Like, obviously you're still going to be nervous to meet them, but like, pick them up, pick them up, or have a meeting spot. Say the restaurant's 5 minutes down here, meet at the car park and I'll walk you there if you're the guy, or we'll meet at the car park or whatever. I don't really understand how this is about. Am I just a bad person? This seems like a pretty good lie.
What would you do? Maybe you should lie. You think this new relationship could be great for Carrie, and you don't want them to ruin it before it's even begun. Sure, Emerson may eventually learn about their chronic lateness, but if Carrie shows up on time just this once, the relationship will at least have a chance to take root.
Exactly. And then they can learn over time. Like, that happens all the time in relationships. Maybe the first date's great, and maybe by the second date, they've realised something about each other they don't like, and they don't go on a date. Maybe it's something they figure out 6 months into the relationship. Maybe that's how relationships work. They're never perfect off rip, so you might as well give it the best chance that you can.
Your lie would pave the way for a potentially happy relationship.
Yeah.
And if taking an action will create a better outcome for everyone involved, that's normally a pretty good reason to take it.
Okay, I thought he was cheating then, but no, his head's just on the pillow and he's thinking about them cheating. Why else would you have love heart? Maybe he's having a wet dream. I had one of those the other week because I haven't gooned in a while. Actually, I had multiple. They're so jarring. Because, like, in the dreams are never that good. They're kind of just weird. And then, like, you wake up in your bed and you just got wet pants. Or I sleep butt naked, so everything's just splooging wet and it's dark. And it's like, you can't see anything. And then you have to, like, clean up with a tissue. Or you just have to flip, like, the quilt cover over and just deal with it and hope you don't put your hands on a wet patch. Long day.
But isn't it morally wrong to lie? The absolute...
No. Morally wrong, okay, maybe. But, like, it depends on the situation. Like, sometimes lying is the best option. Like, there are lots of times where lying is a better option. Obviously, a lot of people cope and they say, "Oh, I needed to lie," and then it snowballs and it makes it worse. But like, you can lie. I don't think if you lie forever, I think that's a problem. But if you lie in the present moment and to be later told at like a later date, like if I'm trying to think of an example. Like I had to lie the other day for my dad's birthday. He said, "Do you want to go watch the new Spider-Man film on like Saturday or like Monday or something like that?" And his birthday was on the Sunday. So either way, we were going as like a family. It was like me, my mum, sister, dad, sister's boyfriend, whatever. We were all going to watch it. Us four all knew about it. It's a surprise for my dad's birthday. He said, "Oh, should we go on Monday?" So I lied and I said, "Oh yeah, that's great. I get free tickets," because I get like free tickets with my banking app or some shit like that. "I'll book it for us and I'll let you know." And then obviously I was lying because I was never going to book it because I wanted to leave it a surprise that we were going to the cinema. No, in the end, my mum did it. I'm telling him that we were going to the cinema and spoil it anyway. But that lie right there was to save a surprise. In the same way, this lie right here might make a good relationship. You know what I mean? Like my mate is chatting to an absolutely unreal like 10-10 brunette. Their relationship started off because, they started like talking because she thought he was unreal and like 6'2" and Italian. He's 5'8" and from Birmingham. Like there's no, but it was based on a lie. It was based on a lie, and I kept saying the whole night, "Yeah, he's 6'2", he's Italian, he's insane." Full well knowing, no, he's not.
Ludist position on lying, associated with German philosopher Immanuel Kant, holds that lying is always immoral, regardless of the circumstances. In other words, there's a moral rule which forbids lying, and that rule is absolute. You might think, though, that this stance overstates the moral importance of lying. Suppose a murderer were hunting Carrie down. If the killer asked you about Carrie's whereabouts...
Perfect example. Don't know why I didn't think about that. Criminal. Lying to them to save you or save another person. Great. "Oh, here's everything. So there's only 123. There's some changes. Well, just give me the 123. Okay, great. You've got 500. He's left. You've kept 500. Bang. Also, I'm not... Don't sacrifice your life for a fucking Subway cash like register or whatever. Just give them the fucking money if you're held at gunpoint. You should not be that obsessed with your job, but you know, you get what I'm getting at.
It seems odd to say that you must tell the truth at the cost of your friend's life. From this perspective, absolutism seems too rigid. By contrast, utilitarian philosopher John Stuart Mill would...
Utilitarianism is an interesting one. You kind of... Is it Charles Marxism that leans into like a type of utilitarianism, or is that colonialism or communism? I'm not going to chat like I know what I'm on about, so I'm going to resume the video because I don't know what I'm saying.
Say lying is wrong only when it leads to less happiness overall. Now, to be fair, most lies do seem likely to create unhappiness. Someone who accepts a lie believes something which is false, and trying to conduct your life on the basis of false information doesn't usually go well. However, in some circumstances, perhaps including your situation...
Yeah, okay, another example. I've lied about like loads of like work that I've done in the past. I've lied about making YouTube videos, making TikToks, what work I'm doing, because it's just so much easier. Oh, someone asks you what, like all the time. I lied at the last place I worked at, saying I was like just doing video editing. I didn't say I was doing YouTube or TikTok or anything, because I've done that in the past and I've told people, and it's so much effort. Yeah, either take the piss out of you, which I'm kind of over by now, because I've not asked about what you've got to say about me making YouTube videos about gooning and copying Joe Dart and whatever. I don't give a shit. Secondly, where was I going with that? Yeah, it's just easier to lie. I was saying, I mean, I am a video editor. I do video edit for people, funnily enough. These YouTube videos that get 50 views, you ain't going to make it where by that happening. Right, you don't earn money off this. I lose actually quite a lot of money by doing this because I could be working more hours. However, not the fucking point. Lying just sometimes is the easier route. I've lied about certain things I shouldn't have lied about because it makes it harder. Certain things I have lied about makes it easier. Certain things I wish I did lie about. Depends on the context.
Lying might produce more happiness overall. In those cases, utilitarians say it's not morally wrong to lie. In fact, it might even be your moral duty to do so. But if absolute...
Spider-Man, one of arguably the best and most heroic hero in all of fiction, right? You know, massive sacrifice, normal person, normal problems, yada, yada, yada. Lies about his identity. He never tells anyone who he is. If he does, it's a fake identity. Brand new day, he lies about... Now, obviously, he does tell the truth in some instances. He lied to MJ to keep her safe. Arguably the right thing to do, but then you understand MJ's point. Sorry, I'm just spoiling Brand New Day. Spoilers! Bit late for that, aren't we? Sorry. But MJ is, she said, I deserve to know, but then obviously he wanted to protect her and not. It's difficult. It's difficult.
Seems too extreme. You might feel this stance is too lax. In other words, perhaps the utilitarian position understates the moral significance of lying. Most people generally
Oh, that is a fast ass breathe. Like, chill out.
feel some regret about lying, even when they believe it's the right thing to do. This suggests there's something inherently objectionable about lying, even when it leads to more happiness. In this case, lying to Carrie would be an instance of paternalism. Paternalism is interfering with another person's choices for that person's benefit. This might be fine if that person is a literal child, but it seems disrespectful to treat a peer paternalistically. Lying to Carrie would mean taking away their opportunity to handle the situation as they see fit, based on their own beliefs and values. Trying to protect Carrie from what you consider to be a bad choice would show a lack of respect for their autonomy.
But nah, that's what I mean. Don't just say, oh, 6 o'clock, even though, you know, you're aiming for 6:30 or whatever, however that works. Tell him or her, I keep forgetting who's the one that's always late. They are likely to be late. They're always late like this. If that's a problem for you, cancel the date, come up with an excuse or something. If it's not, and you want to work on this because you like her or whatever, cool, just be prepared to wait for half an hour from the thing. Or meet in the middle. If she's half an hour late, say book it for 6 o'clock and then arrive at 6:15, and then that way either you're 15 minutes late and you're still late but you can apologise, or she's half an hour late and you only have to wait 15 minutes. Boom, solve the situation. Don't even need to watch the rest of this video, but I'm going to because I'm not sure if my video is 8 minutes yet.
By extension, it might also be disrespectful towards Emerson, since you would be deliberately trying to give him a false impression of Carrie's punctuality. So how do you weigh potential
You tell him. Oh my god, I've said that 4 times. Just tell him.
happiness against guaranteed disrespect? Followers of Kant would say treating others with respect is the heart of moral conduct, while followers of Mill would say nothing is more important than happiness. But other philosophers believe that such conflicts can only be resolved on a case-by-case basis, depending on various details and on the individuals involved. So what will you do in Carrie's case? Keep testing your decision-making skills with another classic
Well, I keep... Stop using this animation. It looks like he's cheating himself in his own bed.
2 ships have set out distress calls, and you only have enough time to save one. Which ship do you save? Make your choice with this.
Utilitarianism would say you save the ship with the most people on. However, logistics-wise, you would save the ship that is easiest to save. Because if the ship with more people on is harder to get to and is much more likely to fail, like, okay, it's an extra 5 miles out or whatever, and you likely won't have the resources and everyone's going to die anyway, you save the one which has the highest potential of saving them. Now, if you have one guy on one ship and then 10,000 people on the other ship, but the 10,000 people, you would weigh up the amount of people you're saving, how easy it is to save them, and then you would make a little calculation in the middle. Or you just flip a coin, actually, and you do the two-faced shit and you leave it up to fate, because then it takes it out of your hands. So yeah, you could do that, actually. This one is pretty easy in my opinion. Emerson will definitely find out about Carrie's chronic lateness eventually and would be hurt if you lied to them about it. It would also hurt the relationship. Tell Emerson that Carrie is often late. Tell Carrie to be on time once, for fuck's sake. Then let them do with this information what they will. You didn't lie. Everyone was reasonably informed. Their happiness is up to them at this point. That is pretty much exactly what I said, right? Tell him she's likely to be late. Tell Carrie to be on time. Or, sorry, the other way around. And then if it doesn't work out from there, great. But we're missing one important fact. If Emerson considers lateness irresponsible, why should one lie? Emerson should experience Carrie's behaviour for themselves and then make a decision accordingly. Well, yeah, but I think first impressions are nice. It'd be nice to have a first impression. I guess you could leave them to be late, yeah? That's a good way to look at it, I guess. You don't want to like lead someone on, or you know, if the first date is great, they're going to be thinking about it for a week. And then by the time they get to the second date where you haven't arranged it for them and she's really late, boom. If it were my boy and I knew I was setting him up with like a girl that I know and I know she's really late, I would just tell him she's often late, bro. Still go on it. See if that gets on your nerves. See if you can talk her out of it. Why was she late? Was it a valid reason? If it wasn't, Game's a game. I think there's a bigger problem with the lie that it's inherent ethics. What if she's on time for once? That would screw up their relationship too, wouldn't it? Oh, I'm too confused. My brain is fried. Okay, well, that was cool. I don't know whether Ted, like, take your videos down for reacting to them. I don't see why. It's a 4 minute long video. All you've done is asked a question and animated a guy cheating and having a wet dream in his bed. But it was a cool video nonetheless. We'll subscribe. They might have other cool videos. That's going to be about it for today. In a visual.